about this. There we go.
Hey, but we're on Facebook Live, so at least it exists there in our amazing community, guys. That's growing by like 1,000 people a week right now.
I know. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited about that. I'm so excited about that. So here we are. We're going to get started, and I'm going to tell you just a little bit about myself, but I know your time is valuable, and I know it's like in the middle of summer, and God knows summer is crazy, but this summer is especially crazy because we're just enjoying life, and it's been awesome. My name is Allie Wynn. Like Katie said, these are my 3 kiddos. 1,000% why I do this business all day long is for them. But I like to talk about like my background just a little bit so you like know where I came from. And it dawned on me today, like one of the main reasons that I jumped into like being an entrepreneur and having my own business and getting into network marketing was because prior to it, I had a job that was making just enough to cover childcare when my 2 oldest were really, really little. I basically brought home enough to cover my gas, tolls, and food. There was no extra. And I was just filling in a like time on my resume. Like I was trying not to have a gap. And I needed something desperately. We were in a really, really bad place financially, almost embarrassing if I'm being quite honest with you. And when I jumped into network marketing, I like went all in because in my opinion, it was like the only option to give me the time freedom that I wanted, but to also give my family like the financial security that we needed. But I jumped into a company that was very, very sales driven, and it gets you on like this never ending hamster wheel. And it's not that it's not great, and it's not that there's not money to be made, but the sacrifices that I made and the time away from my family, honestly, their childhood was kind of a blur, and I wanted something more. And this fell in my lap at the right time in the middle of a 3-month-long road trip. We were in a camper with 3 kids and 3 dogs, and I was hustling my online boutique from the road, not really enjoying that much of our road trip. And that is when this fell into my lap. And I think that it was complete divine timing because otherwise I may not have even looked at it. And I'm so glad that I did. And here I am just a few short months later, and I get to tell you that I am a silver leader going for gold. And I promise at the end of the presentation, you're going to know what that means and why it is such a big deal for my family.
And she said no to me.
Huh?
I said, and you said no to me.
I did. I tried to say no to Katie. She didn't let me say no. And I'm so glad that I'm so glad she was stubborn. I really, really am. She's a persistent one. So these guys right here, this is why we are here, y'all. And I like to talk about Mark first because he is the one that started it all. If it wasn't for his vision, we wouldn't be here today. He is insanely successful. He's had 2 crazy careers. He could have just retired and lived his life. He was an NFL football player turned really successful real estate developer. And then when he retired, he got bored fast. And I'm so glad he got bored because we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for his vision. But he wanted to do something good. He said, I had 2 really successful careers, and now I want to give back and I want to help people. And he chose to help people in the world of health and partnered with the best person that you can possibly imagine in order to do it. And in the beginning, this was back in 2012, they had insanely high customer retention, but they weren't seeing the growth in the world of the ambassadors that they were hoping for. And he knew in order to get this out to the world, to really let people know who Q Sciences was and what our products were all about, and to really help people the way he wanted to, he needed to change something, but he didn't know what. But he's a smart guy, and he knew that he needed help. And he hired Jake Spencer. And I just like to think that Jake must have fallen in love with what we had going on here, because when he came into the company as a consultant, he switched gears and became co-owner and president really, really fast. But he is turning into a friend for me. And I cannot believe that I am able to say that I actually consider the president of the company a friend. But Katie said he coached me today, and she's not kidding. He did. And he does it because he cares, not because he has to. Company owners and presidents don't typically do this. They don't typically get into the trenches with you and help you with your personal development and help you grow. They usually leave it up to the field to come up with the systems. And the thing is, he already knows what works. So instead of sitting back, he's in the field with us, teaching us everything that we need to know so that we can bless our teams with that knowledge and let our teams rise up to the top with us. And it's just the most amazing thing to watch. So after he came in and he made the changes that he made, This is when like the magic happened. This is when the growth happened. And this chart means everything to me as somebody who has been in the industry for a while. I've lived through ground floor and I've lived through saturation. And if you're brand new, you might not recognize those terms, but I'm here to tell you they both kind of stink, because ground floor sometimes never gets off of ground floor, and you put in the blood, sweat, and tears, and you never reap the benefits of all of your hard work. And then saturation is incredibly difficult to make like the full-time and life-changing money. You guys, I want you to understand the T in timing is so much more important right now than the T in talent, because we are past the ground floor, just heading into the momentum phase. And the thing that blows my mind is after Jake came in and he made the changes that he made, we've experienced 700% growth, yet still most people have never heard of it. And Katie loves this story in our community group that she told you about. We had a post just asking like, who's new to Q Sciences? Are you a pro or are you a newbie? And everybody was saying that they were new. And that's the point in the company where we're at. We're the ones that are telling people who we are and what we're about. And that's the spot that you want to be, because if you link arms and you connect into the systems that Jake created for us, you could be on the biggest and most crazy roller coaster ride of your life. So let's chat just a few more seconds on this slide. And then I promise I'm going to chat with you about the products, because I'm sure you're wondering what that's all about. We are already international, and that is huge, but our goal is 65 countries within the next 4 years. And I currently have team members talking to people in Canada, Mexico, Japan. It's so cool to know that we could have people all over the world that we're partnering with. But in 2020, when the world was struggling, when most companies were on a decline, except for your Amazons, Targets, and Walmarts, ours quadrupled. And I think it's because people truly care about their health right now in a way that they didn't care about it before. And we are full spectrum wellness, which you're going to understand here in just a second. But first, I want you to know who is behind our products. And I know not everybody cares about this as much as I do. I am a little bit of a nerd, you guys. I have done some deep dives on natural health and ways to take control of my health, because you see, before the pandemic, I was the person that got sick all the time. My immune system was awful. And I have had all kinds of issues my whole life. And I have always relied on somebody else to help fix me. Then when 2020 happened, I became a researchaholic on how to take control of it, because that's how I handled the pandemic. We all handled it differently. And that's how I handled it. And learning about natural health and learning how I can take control of my own health and have it in my own hands was something that I was already learning about. And then I come to find out that our chief scientist isn't just a doctor who studied and practiced internal medicine, but he's also a licensed naturopath. So for me, that was huge. I know it's not huge for everybody. I'm sorry if you hear my screaming child in the background. This is real life, you guys. But he also was the editor-in-chief of WebMD.com, where we always try to self-diagnose, that website, you go on Google. He was their editor-in-chief for 15 years. And what I love about his story there, you guys, he got to see for years the common searches, AKA the world's problems. Like, what are people struggling with? And that was some of his inspiration for our product lineup. But he's really picky. And I don't spend a ton of time on this slide, but I encourage you to take a screenshot so that you can look at it later, to really drive home the fact of how clean our products are and how picky Dr. Kimberly is about what we put into our product lineup. And I always hone in on soy, because that is something I learned isn't so great for us, especially us ladies. It's really bad. I learned that before Q Sciences. But sadly, a lot of health and wellness products, number one ingredient is soy. And I can tell you ours is soy free, along with all of the other things that you see on here. But take the screenshot, take a look at it later. You can even scan the QR code if you want. If you're like me, that's totally something I do. And you can go to the hemp documentation page and learn a little bit more about that. But there's nothing to hide. And the products are so incredibly clean and high quality, you guys. So full spectrum wellness, what does that mean? I mentioned it earlier. This is a company where you can help every single person you know. It's not niche marketing that's honing in on just one little bubble of the health and wellness world, We have somebody in his 90s benefiting from our Fuse line more than you could possibly imagine. We also have kids that are doing so incredibly well on the kids core. Katie's son is one of them, and her pediatrician even was like, wow, like this is incredible. Like he was blown away when she brought the product in, because when you're a special needs mama, you get that pediatrician stamp of approval before you switch your child onto anything. And hearing that really blew me away. But we don't have kits here. And we don't have kits for a reason, because when you're like, yes, oh my gosh, I see this, I caught the vision, I totally get what you're saying, I want to do this. We ask you, okay, what do you want to work on with your health? And we help you figure out what you should try, because we have over 50 products. So I'm the product nut. Like Katie says, like I could talk about products all day long. And I try so hard on these calls not to go on and on and on, but I just love our product lineup. So I'm going to highlight a couple for you guys. But on this slide, this is just giving you the idea that we have the hemp, but that's like a third of the lineup. We have the sublingual sprays. We have the non-hemp nutraceuticals. We can target the fitness and weight loss if that's your thing. We can do the immunity, the energy, the hormones, whatever your need is, including if you need something for your pet to chill them out during those 4th of July fireworks. We got that too. That is what this slide is supposed to show. And it just gives you a rough idea of what we have, and know there's more than this available. Q Core has changed my life, but I want to introduce you to my friend Jody. She is the one that said yes to me first. And I love her Q Core testimony so much. So I am going to let her unmute and talk to you real quick about how this has impacted her life. And then I'm going to try so hard to make it brief and tell you guys why this product is different than any other supplement on the market. But you guys, Jody is incredible. She came into this business trying to tell me that she wasn't going to be successful, and she totally hit the rank of bronze in her first 30 days. And she's such an incredible leader. And I'm so excited for you guys to get to hear from her tonight.
Thanks, Allie. I appreciate it. And of course, I wouldn't be where I was at today if it wasn't for both you and Katie always taking the time to, answer my questions and be there for support. So you guys, true story. I was not supposed to be on this call tonight. I logged in the waiting room, was admitted, and was told, hey, we need you to do a quick, little testimonial on this one. I was like, oh, okay, so this is me. Yeah, we're real life. Wasn't planning to have a camera on, but I'll make this quick. So yes, I did. I signed up before I knew anything about the products. I was here for the money. Not gonna lie. It was about a month. I had already had my products and I didn't even take them. And I thought, okay, I've got this bag sitting here. I guess I should do something with it. They keep telling me it's amazing. So I did. I took it, and probably about a week went by. I messaged Allie and I honestly said, I don't understand what the hype is. I feel nothing. Nothing feels different for me. Like it's not doing anything. I don't know what to say. So I think 2 days went by, and I actually had forgotten to take both the morning and the pill, morning and the evening. And the next day felt sluggish. I was like just all over the place, completely overwhelmed, not knowing what was going on from head to toe. And I messaged Allie and I was like, oh my gosh, it was working. And I didn't even realize it was working, because I'm pretty healthy. We eat healthy, we exercise, but I was amazed. By the time I remembered, then I grabbed my packet, I took them, and probably within at least 6 hours, I was like, okay, I am that normal person again. I can function. I feel good. All the bloating was gone. So I actually am a true believer now because of what I experienced. So thank you so much for letting me share. I'm just so excited to be here because everyone on this call, like I said, Katie and Allie are amazing. We all did boutiques together. So we all know the hamster wheel that we're in, and we all needed something different. And I'm just glad that I found this, because it's a steady, solid income that I can count on every single month. So thank you.
Yay. Thank you. And I love Jody's story, because I will never forget the day that she messaged me that, because I was new too. And I hadn't tried Q Core yet. And she's telling me she didn't feel anything. And I'm like, oh, I don't want to hear that. What? And then she messaged me like 2 days later and she goes, never mind. What I said the other day, just never mind. And it's so true. So I will tell you, when it comes to The Q Core in particular, the testimonial list is a mile long, and I could talk for hours, and I promise I'm not going to. Some people feel it subtly, like Jody did, and notice when they forget to take it. And then other people, it has had such a phenomenal impact on their life that they like are shouting from the rooftops and telling every single human that they know. But what this does is it fills in your nutritional gaps. I think we can all agree that we have to supplement. That's not a question. Our soil is depleted. There are toxins are in our environment. And the fact of the matter is most people don't eat as healthy as Jody. Like, can we be real here? Right? So you need to supplement. But the question is what you're taking something your body can use? And that is the one thing that all of our products have in common. It's the absorbability. So I already showed you Dr. Kimberly's requirements for products, but what you don't know is that all of them, the main thing, they have to be something that your body can absorb and utilize. If your body can't absorb it, it's not worth taking. There's plenty of those things on the shelf at the store. And I promise you, it's a waste of money. It goes in one end and it goes out the other, if you know what I'm saying. So Q Core, it fills in those gaps. All chronic diseases and illnesses stem from nutrient deficiency, toxicity, inflammation, and poor gut health. And so instead of getting super sciencey with you, just know this targets all of that. And because of that, the testimonials are just, they are miles long. Jody mentioned bloating, and that is actually something that I notice first when I forget to take mine. So yes to the bloating. Amen to like a flatter stomach. You feel like you need to lose a few pounds. It might just be that inflammation, and the Align handles that. And it is awesome, my friends. Before we chat with Rachel, I am going to just talk real brief about our hemp, because the Q Core is awesome. And I take it every day, and it's a non-negotiable for me. But the golden bottle for me is this thing right here, because who can agree that when you have a good night's sleep, you are a totally different human the next day? Well, imagine never getting into REM sleep for your entire adult life unless you had a prescription sleep aid, which is really bad for you and addictive. That was me. I was a walking zombie. So when Katie promised me, and she did, I remember I was on the road trip. I signed up on the road. I didn't get my products for a whole month. When I say I took a leap of faith, I mean it in the most literal sense. But she said that the absorbability is like epic. You have to try it. You just trust me. And so I ordered the Fuse because I have tried other brands of CBD and they didn't do anything for me. And so I'm like, well, that's a great test, because if they really are different, I'll be able to figure it out with this, because I've already tried all these other ones and it didn't work for me. And what I was hoping that it would do is help me with a chronic illness that I have that prevents me from getting in and staying in REM sleep. So we got home in the middle of April, and I busted open the box at 2 a.m. and I tried Fuse for the first time. And I swear, you guys, I woke up the next day, not until the sun was up. And that, I'm not kidding, that does not happen for me. I'm the type that will get up 5 to 8 times a night. My REM sleep is disrupted, and I am a walking zombie the next day. I'm a mom. I can't be like that, but I have been like that for years, to the point where my 2 oldest kids help me with my youngest because they know how much their mom struggles. The fact that I am able to get up first in my house, which is how it should be, and help with all of my kids in the morning and not rely on them to watch my youngest child so that I can try to get a few more hours of sleep is life-changing. And I will never go without this bottle with Rest Plus on the side of it ever again. I always have a bottle ahead because of how much it has impacted my life. So there is my testimony for you. But the reason why this works is because of the absorbability. And that's what makes our hemp different than other brands out there. Other brands absorb 5 to 10%, and ours kind of has this 85+% absorption. And that's what makes it awesome. So I am going to have Rachel come on now. You guys, Rachel, first of all, she's like my ride or die girl. Her and I have become like super, super good friends in recent years. We run our businesses the same. And I talked to her about this back in March. And she is the type that is very focused on what she's doing. And she's like, Allie, I just can't. I can't. But I want you to hear from her, because she jumped in, and you guys, she rank advanced in 24 hours because she trusted me. She trusted Katie and she trusted our systems. So Rachel, my friend, unmute and tell us your story real quick because it is so, so amazing.
Hi guys, my name is Rachel Crocker and I am so honored to be here tonight. I feel so happy and blessed that I was asked to speak. And I just want to tell you guys, I said I would never do any kind of network marketing again. I said I would never go outside of my boutique and do anything because I was so happy and content and my mind was so focused. And to be totally honest, I said no multiple times. And then I just kept seeing all these great things. I kept seeing my friends who just looked better. They were telling me they felt better. They were showing me the money, honey, like, let's be real. And they were helping so many other people do all the same things. And I just was like, oh my gosh, it's nagging at me. It's like your wife. So I'm like, oh my gosh, it's like me talking to myself. My husband's like, oh my God. So I was like, okay, this is it. I don't know what it is. I have to do this, something about it. So I texted Allie and I'm like, I'm in. I have to do this. Like, I want to be better. I want to help other people be better. I obviously want better finances for my family. And it just felt right. And like when she said, I wrote it down, the tea and timing is so much more important than the tea and talent. I knew nothing. I jumped in blind. And right now I see because of my leaders, I just cannot say enough good things about them. Like, the leadership is like no other. I keep getting so hot when I talk about this over and over again because it's true. This is so different. It's like nothing else I have ever been a part of. I just cannot say enough good things about it, about the community, the camaraderie, the encouragement, the step-by-step helping me through this. It's crazy. I wrote all this down because I like to talk and I don't want to get totally sidetracked. I want to tell you right now, if you follow the system, it will work. I cannot say that enough. If you follow the system your leaders in the company have out for you, that is what is going to do it. That is why I have in 24 hours hit the first rank. And I'm telling you right now, before midnight, I will be ranking up again. I am so excited. And I have girls that are jumping on board with me, trusting me to help them. And by the end of the week, I will have my girls ranking as well. I am proof, you guys, that in less than 24 hours, you can change your life. And I am telling you right now, if you just trust this, like I did, like I could get so emotional right now. It could change people around you in their lives, which to me is just as important as changing your own life. So I thank Allie, you guys, because she is literally my angel. She is a great friend. If you need a leader, she is the one you want. I love her so much, and I cannot say enough good things about her. And I just see a future here, and I am so excited to be here. So that is me getting emotional because I know I'm in the right place at the right time, and we're going to do great things, and I can't wait. Thank you so much, Allie.
You are so welcome. Thank you so much. And yes, you totally are hitting the next rank tonight. I know it. She has huge goals, you guys. And when Rachel puts her mind to something, she does it. But she was just like me. I see myself in Rachel because I said the exact same thing to Katie. I said, I don't know how to do this. So if I say yes, I need you to tell me what to do. And I'll do it. Even if it makes me uncomfortable, I'll do it. But I need you to tell me what to do because I don't know. I am a salesperson, and that's not the system. You don't have to spin the never-ending hamster wheel that I like to talk about all the time. And Katie was like, I got you. And I said the same thing to Rachel, and now she's seeing it, and we're plugging in with the people that are trusting her, and we're going through the same systems with them. And it's really, really amazing. So how do we make money here if we are not like 24/7, like product pushing? This is about you investing in your health, guys. And yes, you totally can sell this stuff all day long if you want to, but I'm going to give you the bigger picture here in a second. But before we move on, because this is just like big and bold and it's easier to see, I love to point this out down here. You see those numbers? This is why we don't have to have some lengthy income disclosure statement with all the weird percentages and all this crazy averages and this and that, because our ranks are guaranteed pay. And the best part about that, no matter what rank you are, you know that's money that you can count on. I know how much money I have coming in every single month based on my rank versus my past experiences. It was a mystery come payday, and you literally just prayed it was enough to pay your bills. Here, it's not like that. What you see is what you get. And when we get to the comp plan, that is going to make sense. But before we do, I promise this is my last stop before we talk about the compensation plan. This speaks to the heart of the company. This beautiful woman is Sarah Spencer, Jake's wife. I had the privilege of meeting her. Her passion for helping every single person be financially free is incredible. Hearing her speak inspired me so much because I have lived, like I said, remember in the beginning, I told you guys, like the spot we were in financially was to the point of almost embarrassing. We have been working so hard over the years to get ourselves out of that. It takes a really long time. I would have given anything to have had a financial advisor help me through that time. And the fact of the matter is, most people who need financial counseling can't afford it because it's really expensive. $200 to $300 an hour is pretty much something that the person who's financially struggling can't afford, but that's how much it costs. And here at Q Sciences, they care so deeply about making your life better, removing that financial stress, because financial stress does end up impacting your overall health. I think we can all agree. You get a free financial advisor no matter what. From the moment you sign up, you don't have to sell a thing. You don't have to build a team. It is their gift to you in lieu of the glitz and the glam and the cars and all of the concerts and the flash that you see at other companies. They are channeling those resources in a way to help the masses in a way that no other company does. So a lot of people see this and they see the value in investing in their health, and then in turn, getting financial counseling to help them in that other area of their life that is so incredibly important. And it is for everybody, not just for the people growing huge teams. So let's chat. Let's chat about the comp plan. And I like to chat about what makes it different. It's a one pager. So that would be difference number one. What you see is what you get. And let's go to column number 4 first, because I just talked to you about that free financial advisor you get when you link arms here. But column 4 gives you an additional bonus as you do move up through rank. And what I love about this is this dollar amount that you see here, it's not deposited into your bank account, letting you do what you want with it. They want to know where you need help, and they send the money directly there. When you qualify, you get an email. They ask where they want or where you want them to send the money, and they send it direct. So Katie has $400 a month going towards her mortgage. How much faster is her home going to be paid off because of that? I have $300 a month going towards my car. And what just like warms my heart when I have somebody hit elite every time, I kid you not, it's not the bonus, it's not the monthly commission. They are most excited over that $100 that is going to go towards the debt of their choice. Every time. It's the coolest thing. And that's just because that's what we need help with. All of us need help with that. But if you are a magical unicorn and you have no debt, I commend you. That's amazing. You can send it towards a 401k, a savings plan for your child, whatever, they'll help you with that too. So that is definitely difference number 1. In column 1, this is for those that really just want to focus on selling the product, and you absolutely can. I don't spend a lot of time on this. It is between 15 and 35% for now. Wink, wink. That's slightly changing for the better really soon. But let's talk about like how the life-changing money happens. In columns 2 and 3, that is where that happens, you guys. The reason why so many people jump in and find success is because you only need to bring 2 people with you. 2 people unlocks the comp plan, and 2 people, no matter what rank you are. It is about getting 2 people and then immediately digging in with them and helping them get their 2 people, and then helping them get their 2 people. And as a leader, that means it is best for me to be working with the newest person in my organization. In other businesses, I couldn't do that. And the reason why is because they cut you off at a certain point. Some call it like a breakaway, but that basically meant come a certain point in my line, I didn't get paid at all anymore. And there's only so many hours in the day. So no matter how much I wanted to help them, it forced me working at the top of my organization. And that builds a really shallow organization that doesn't have deep roots. versus this working narrow and really, really deep. Not only am I helping the newest person and giving them their best chance at success, but it also blesses every single person in between. And that's one of the things that makes us so drastically different. And it's brilliant. If you think about it, if you're a leader that's done well, helping the newest person makes way more sense than helping somebody that's already doing great, that's higher up in your organization. And that's what I'm able to do here. And I love it. And it fills my cup every single day. The team commission, like I mentioned, it's guaranteed. This is unheard of, but the fact that you can count on it is absolutely amazing. And then our promotional rank bonuses, they get big really, really fast. So on these calls, I like to talk about the rank of executive because number one, as a leader, I want to help get you there as quickly as possible. And number two, it's very obtainable. And they offer you some fast start bonuses to get money in your hands fast, because that's what we would love to see. This month, though, it's even more. So I'm going to tell you what a normal month looks like. And then I'm going to tell you what July looks like. And we still have time. Miracles happen at the end of the month. And I have seen people fly to executive in less than a week. And we still have 11 days left, you guys. So definitely hear me out on this July incentive. So on a normal month, when you hit executive, you'll get $250 commission. Amazing. Your products are free. Your investment in your health is basically free. And you have a little extra money left over. And then the one-time bonuses are stackable. So you'll get a total of $500. So that's the rank of executive. So if you hit that in your first full calendar month, you get $750. This month, if you link arms with us and you let us help you, by the end of July, $1,005 is what you are going to be getting because of our July incentive that we have right now. So there's just more money on the table to be had right now. So the people that are starting are like, I want to start like right now, because I know that there's more money to be had. And I mean, who doesn't want more? Like, I think we can all agree that like more is fantastic. So let's like shoot for the stars and try to get it. So the other thing that I want to chat about real quick before we talk about our systems is these one-time bonuses. You see this part here, the 2 and 2, 3 and 3, 4 and 4. This is Katie's favorite part. And the reason why is the bonuses get big really fast, but they want you to maintain them. And at first you're thinking, oh, like that's so much work. I am completely okay with them wanting me to maintain my rank because number one, that means a solid foundation for me, but it also means a solid foundation for my team. So they are willing to give you a lot of bonus money and just in exchange for you maintaining that rank. And it just means stability in your organization, and you're helping all of those new people continue to advance up through the ranks. And they bless you greatly when you do that. So let's chat real quick before we move on about where I went in my first month and where I am now, because I want you guys to see how possible it is. Katie promised me you are going to fly through those first 3 ranks, and I did. And then she said, you're going to hit bronze before the end of the month. Bronze solidified $1,700 for me in March. By May, I hit the rank of silver, and I have since maintained it, and I am going for the rank of gold. You guys, I have failed at other businesses. I haven't been successful at everything I've done, but I'm coachable and I listened to my upline, and that is where it has gotten me. And I want you to know that I'm not the only one, and that is possible for you as well. And the reason why is because the systems that we have in place. So this is just what I want to leave you with. This isn't a company where you're going to sign up and we're going to say good luck to you. See you at the weekly team call on Sunday night. This is a company where we're like, okay, let's link arms. Let's chat about your goals. Let's dig in and make this happen with you. We literally make it happen with you. You don't do anything alone. And I think that's one of the best parts, because I realized I was actually pretty lonely before this, running my boutique by myself. And now I'm interacting with people in a way that I hadn't been doing in years. And it's because of our systems. The systems in place cause me to interact with people again. And it's awesome. And I want Katie to chat with you guys about this part, because this is her passion, because of how many people she has seen grow here. And she knows it's because of the systems that are in place. So Katie, if you're ready to unmute, hopefully no hot flashes. I know your house is like smoldering right now, but take it away, my friend, and chat with them about why our systems work. And I can stop the share so they can see your beautiful face, even though it's flushed.
It's so flushed. Well, thanks, Sally. I wasn't expecting to come back on, so thank you for throwing me back in there like that. Awesome. But I really want you to know, first off, like number one, oh my God, that like your presentation, that was amazing. I get so emotional because like I said, being somewhere before that didn't have systems and being somewhere before that I was able to do something based on my own talent and I couldn't help others because they may not have had the same talent. It may have already been more saturated when they joined, whatever it may be, but it was lonely. And being that, like I said, I'm here and I already have a 6-figure earner and I'm about to have another and I'm about to have another. And then next month, I think we're going to have a few more. And I can tell you it's not because of me. I can tell you that I'm a mess. I can tell you that I'm disorganized. I can tell you that I'm a squirrel. I can tell you that I can tell you that I almost went bankrupt with my business before this. Honestly, if we hadn't have found Q and we did, we would have had to either sell our house or I mean, really, literally, I mean, my eyes are welling because we were close to declaring bankruptcy before. It's really hard to be a business in COVID. And I can tell you that what makes this different is our systems. And the reason why I know that, and I'm so passionate about it more than anything else, is because when we started, we didn't know what the systems were. Because we were really truly like starting just on this raw, oh my gosh, look at this company, look at this momentum, look at this, look at, just like Ali said, she started in a camper because like I told her and I'm like, you got to do this with me. I have like, but the feeling that I had about it was stronger than a feeling that I'd had about anything. And like the success that I'd seen, ahead of me from people that I didn't even know yet and that I know now. It was wild. It was wild seeing so many people succeed. And so I can tell you that our systems work because in the beginning, when we started this business, we didn't have the systems. And the difference that I have seen since we have really truly linked arms with corporate, because what makes this different here is that we have a 50-50 partnership with corporate. And when Ali told you that Jake is her friend, like she meant it, because I was on the call with her today and they were literally joking back and forth. And this is the president of our company, guys. Like, and he was edifying Ali and he was like, they were talking about how similar they are in some things. Apparently they're both artists. And I was like, just sitting there like, oh my gosh, like this guy doesn't like, it's not that he cares about what we're doing for him. He cares that we are enhancing our lives through this business. And what he said today really spoke to me more than I think anything I've heard. He said that the point of this business isn't our life-changing products, because you can find everybody has products that, you know, they love and they connect with and they say are changing their lives. Our products, I can tell you, you jump into our testimonial page and you're literally going to see hundreds of testimonials of our products that are changing lives. But I can also tell you that he said it's not our compensation plan. That's not the point. The point is that this whole business helps you elevate yourself. It helps you elevate yourself in your community. It helps you elevate yourself with those around you. It helps you collaborate and work together. And like Ali said, we work so closely together. And that is the heart of this company. The heart of this company is that we are building and empowering people to believe in themselves, to put themselves first, their health first, their community first, their family first, take control of their finances. And that's really why we call it full spectrum wellness, because finances are a part of your wellness too. Your community, your relationships, that's all a part of your wellness too. I mean, I was a past mental health therapist, and I can tell you that we're not supposed to be in isolation. And being able to have a community that has your back and wants to see you become the best version of yourself possible, that's priceless. And that's the point here. And that's what we have. And I can tell you that I spent the day at my house that I rented for my boutique. And that says a lot that I wanted to start a business that I could run from my home because I had a special need. Have a special needs son. And I really needed to be home with him. And that business took me into a place where I had to rent a house in order to store all the inventory, in order to have enough space to grow, to sell as much as we could. And like, just talk about a nightmare. Now I have a business that fits in my pantry and in my body and everything that literally, Allie just laughed, but honestly, literally every single thing you need to invest in this business is really truly an investment in yourself and your own health anyway. And that's what's unbelievable here. So, Allie, I just thank you so much for that. Our systems are literally everything. And I can tell you that if you plug in and like Allie said, you're coachable, you meet with us, you give us your 100%, we'll give you back 200%. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart, because as somebody who has a strong passion for helping others succeed and helping others really truly elevate themselves to the highest level that they can be and achieve their goals. Like, that's why I became a mental health therapist. It was because I wanted people to be able to be the best version of themselves. And now I haven't found that in my textbooks. I surely didn't find it when I was doing addiction counseling. I certainly didn't find it when I was working with DCF and families that like they shouldn't have even had kids. I didn't find it in any of those places. But here, what we have in this community is a place of people that are building our confidence, are empowering each other to succeed. And literally, I mean, I wouldn't have told Allie that she was going to hit the level that she was going to hit if I didn't see that she was doing it by bringing everybody she enrolled and partnered with up with her. And that's really what's different here, is that you don't get ahead by recruiting. And I saw somebody say in the comments, they said, oh, but I don't have a following. It doesn't matter. You don't need a following here. You need to care about people. And if you care about people and you want to help them, like whether you want to help them find a product that's going to change their life, you want to help them get that product for free, or you want to help them have a business that could be life-changing and get as far as their goals and dreams can take them, you can do that here. Allie, is there anything else you want me to add? I don't know. I've never fully seen these slides before, so I'm like soaking it all in. So I don't even know what's next.
Oh, no. What's next though is the person who invited you, they're going to follow up with you. I'm letting you know now, they are, and they're going to want your real opinion on what you heard. They're going to want to know if you think we're crazy, and that's okay. They're going to want to know what questions you have, and just be honest with them, because we're not reaching out to the world here. We're looking for people that we think this can really bless. So if you are contacted, consider that a compliment, because we're not looking for a million people. We're looking for the right people. So if the person invited you, that means they thought this could be good for you for a reason. Okay. And if you have questions, even if they're really tough ones, just ask. We're an open book.
Yeah,
and I'm just grateful you guys hopped on tonight.
I 100% agree with that. And we're getting all these questions like, what are the startup costs? Honestly, the startup costs are $39 to become an ambassador. And then you pick the products that are going to make an impact on your health, and that's personal. So when you go back, like Allie said, like we said, we don't have a kit because we don't believe in that, because we want to connect you with what's going to make a difference and impact in your life. We don't want to just fill your house with junk. And so when you get back with that person that invited you here, like ask, even if you wonder and you're like, I wonder why they thought that I would be good at this. Ask them, because like she means it when she says, if you're here because someone thinks that you are special and someone thinks that you are going to be the right person that's going to care about people and want to help them impact and change their lives. So if you don't know and you're curious, just ask them. And the other thing I would love to say is that when you're talking to the person that invited you here, why don't you try to get back with one of us too? Because like, we want to meet you. We want to meet all of you. We're so excited that you're going to be joining us. And like we said, we work together like you would never believe, like you haven't seen before, because there's nothing like it. There's literally, we are a grassroots team of promoters basically that is literally moving the thread of Q Sciences together. And I know and I believe that within the next 5 years, there will not be a single person who has not heard of Q Sciences. And right now, nobody has. It's probably one of the first times that you've heard of it, maybe the first time. So link arms, get back with us, and then come join this incredible community. We really, 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 truly want you to be here. If this is somewhere where you believe that you are going to be able to grow, and we know that if that is your desire and your desires to help others, your desires to help yourself, we know that that's possible here. And we believe it so strongly because we're seeing it every day. So thank you again so much. And we're going to be here tomorrow at the same time, same place. For those of you watching on Facebook, I actually saw earlier there were like 30 watching at once, which was awesome. We're growing that community too. We just can't wait to see you again and have an amazing rest of your night.
Thank you, everybody.